Hello and good morning. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. Hope everybody is well. Let me scroll my thingy up. I tried something new today because I screwed up and erased all my pictures and everything on the computer, so I don't even have my intros to any of our videos or my live stream. But hey, I'll try to copy it from one of the recorded sessions that I already have on YouTube, and everything should be fine. She Digs It UK is in the house this afternoon for her. Thank you for joining, hon. How you doing? Happy New Year. Runner Prospecting is in the house. Happy New Year. Digging with Deej also swung by. I don't know if she's still here, but she was here earlier, as well as BC Treasure Trails. Saying good morning. Look, BC, I'm not sure, but it looks like he brought a stack of freaking waffles or flapjack. Yeah, waffles. I think that's what it is. It could be pancakes, flapjacks, griddle cakes, whatever you guys know it as. All in the virtual world. Speaking of which, we got the yummy food videos going over here for Little Sprout, so he can watch those and be content because he just woke up not too long ago. But we already got the poopy diaper change and Bubba out of the way, and Bud Files just came through the door. Happy New Year. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. Hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve. Hubby is home today.
Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you all, but I have to run out for an errand, and I'll be back in about an hour or so. I'm sure you guys will still be around.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we will. And it's a new month, so I don't care. We have no limits. If we don't want to, we can play. Speaking of play, damn, I think it's still in the in-between room. Remember my game, the catchphrase? Blue and gray one? Yeah. It was out here. I was going to do it on Friday, but I figured, what the hell, just to have it, because everybody seemed to have a good time when I used it the last time. When we used it. It's not like a toy. It's not like a personal happy toy. It's one you pass around with people. Oh, sorry, Little Sprout. To you guys, he looks like he's spacing, looking off, but he's actually looking at the TV, and they're showing some gourmet cheesecake right now. So he's not paying attention to my screen as opposed to this yummy goodness. Actually, all he's seeing is colors and movement, and they all have funky music playing in the background of their whatever food stuff that they have up. So.
Those are about our wax seal.
Thank you. Huh?
Don't forget to ask Rosa what happened with our wax seal.
Yeah, I think she's still looking into that. Good morning, doll. Michigan Gems is in the house, right behind Rosa. There's look at it. Hi, Auntie Joe. Happy New Year. Woohoo. Hi, Kaden. Careful. Love you. Woohoo! Grandpa, be right back. He's not even looking that way. He's looking at the TV. To me, on the screen, he's looking like that way, but he's not. He's looking actually straight ahead, kind of, sort of. Hi. Hi, Gooby. Hi, Zach. I'm Zach's son. And Sakura Mining is in the house. Happy New Year. Happy Monday. We're all happy because, well, besides me that's home every day, it doesn't really matter, but most of you get to be home today too. Hi, poopy poo-poops. We had a quiet but nice New Year's. We hung out. He was sleeping, so I made an appearance at JP London Morris Bash at the bar, and then I got off the screen before they ended the night to have their after party, because I knew that this one would most likely be waking up, which I'm glad I did, because within 20 minutes of me saying my good nights and happy New Year's. He was awake and I was feeding him a baba. But I remembered that the Clarks were also having a extra long hangout because they said that they were going to be up until the West Coast actually celebrated New Year. So I think it was at the 1 o'clock, maybe something like that. Something like that. This little one made his first New Year's Eve appearance. Maybe we stopped in at the Melissa and Uncle Robert's. Yeah. We said hello and happy New Year to everybody that was there. We didn't stay very long, just long enough to look like an abusive, negligent grandmother having her little 4-month-old up partying. But not because, like I said, he had been asleep and woke up for a feeding. So if he's going to be awake, what better way to kill time but stopping by somebody's live stream and saying, "What's up? What's happening, everybody?" JP Lanzamore is in the house. Look, Uncle JP's in. Say good morning. Sorry I wasn't awake to make your stream, to make it to the potty. No, he was asleep. But I promise you, he was awake for quite a while after that. Poopy poop poops. Oh, what you doing? He just ate, so DNL Treasures is in our house. Let me grab my mug here, Bubba. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year to everybody. Oops, let me go back and see if I missed anything not like important, but Tot Lot is a playground. Yes. You were in bed by 10? I think I got up around 10:30 actually to pee, and then I realized, oh hell, I can make it to JB's. I can make it to JB's bar. So I did that because he was still sleeping, but I knew I was on a borrowed time as to when he would wake up. And he did. I know this boy. Huh? Let me know your boy. Hi. It's too bad he can't really see anything other than his face and mine. He's like, yeah, I'm still getting him used to looking in the mirror. Because babies love mirrors. But take it with Deej. Good morning. Welcome back. Say hi, Deej. I used to have a collection of sunglasses that I found when we went out metal detecting, whether they were surface finds or you actually find them in the sand and stuff. You singing? But I could never get him to make eye contact with me in the mirror because he was always looking up at the 20 pairs of sunglasses that I had hanging. So I threw them all in a drawer. Now I can stick them in front of the mirror real close, and he looks up there because he can still see the little triangle piece of what's left of the window that the sun can come through. Hi. But I can get him to look down into the mirror then because he doesn't have any of the glasses up there. Whoa. What you doing? Yeah, he slept for about at least 3 hours anyways in the swing this morning. Yeehaw! That's his best sleep. Besides at nighttime, his best sleep, believe it or not, is after being comatose and waking up in the morning. Then he comes here, has a bubba, and I know my boy, and after about an hour to an hour and a half after having a bottle, he starts to get dickish. So that's when he goes swinging on a star. La, la, la. Oh, and just in case she's listening, or they are listening, my sister, the one with the giant Miss Beaver, she's going to kill me because I keep saying that. So my sister Trish and her husband Rick also have today off. And she had a post on Facebook saying that they were off. They picked up Mumsy and the brother, meaning our brother, and we're off. So I said, "Oh, are we heading to camp?" And yes, they are. And she wants to make sure that everything's okay since we had that high winds and stuff like that. So I said, "Please let us know if our tarp is gone," because we had the tarp all wrapped up, which should be there. Because I mean, we have about like 20 bungee cords going through every eyelet you can think of on the tarp, hooked to the camper. But it's open. It's open from like the wetland area and the beaver pond right to that beautiful mountain scene across the street from us that we always share. So I'm gonna say I want to think that it's there. It might be a little loosened up, but I think it's still hanging on. Oh, that sucks, Rosa. Hopefully, I don't lose my Wi Fi during this stream. It's happened twice. Well, the cool thing about that, Rosa, is that we don't know that you actually get, lose service and come back. We just think you're sitting there, reading everybody's messages in the chats and talk every once in a while. Oh, Danny Boy just to dig in also in the house this morning. Happy New Year. Hope you guys. He's talking to whoever is frosting this cake in a basket we've designed. Black and white chocolate with it looks like malted milk balls and strawberries. Hey, get it? Basket weave. Ooh, what you doing? Do. He's starting to be more vocal. What are you doing? Do you want to go on your bouncy chair and watch the TV? Yeah, that sounded like a sure, ma'am. That sounds like a good plan. You want to try that? No? Oh my goodness. Look, somebody's at the door. Look, I look at the beautiful face behind the screen. Are you ready?
Hi, Sprout. He's getting so big.
Well, hi, Auntie Joe.
Hey, Sprout. Hey, guys.
What you
How are
doing?
you, Bean?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Good.
I just wanted to put
holding his head.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, he's still like when I put him in the his new walker, man, I got to put like the blanket around him because he's all like he's got all that space. Yeah. So he's kind of like the whole body thing going on.
A wobble weeble.
Yeah, but he does really, really good with his head right now.
He is so darn cute. Even Jack said he was beautiful. He's like, "Is that our Sprout?" I'm like, "Yep, that's our Sprout." Sorry, he's the community Sprout.
AAP Variety Channels in the house. Happy New Year.
Hey, listen, Rebecca.
Hope my voice didn't wake you up.
I am waiting for it to not be so foggy, and then I'm going to go hit a tot lot today.
Nice.
It's a local one.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm going to get all muddy, but it's okay.
Yeah, hubby wanted to hit the beach yesterday, but he didn't. So right now he's running a very important errand. And then he'll be back and he'll probably maybe do the afternoon at the beach.
All right. And then I've got this little dog that just won't leave me alone.
Yeah, I got two of those myself.
My little weenie.
Don't
lick me. Don't lick me.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people would be like, why would you hunt a tot lot?
Because there's always coins.
Coins, for one thing. You see those people that are always like jumping off of swings and falling off of the slides. Guido's is in the house.
Hey, Guido.
And I say this without sounding prejudice in any way. But have you ever seen Spanish people and Black American people's babies and how they dress them? Them babies are blinged out. They have gold, bracelets. They have the freaking earrings and stuff like that. That gets snagged on baby sweaters or just picking them up out of the swing and shwa, you know what I mean? You'd be surprised the stuff you would find.
Well, right by where the swings are, there's this open kind of field where they play volleyball, and they have a baseball field, and everybody parks. So that's where I'm going to try to hit today.
Yep. That's a good spot. Oh. Yeah. You talking? Say hi, everybody.
He's so cute.
Almost turning over.
He looks like a little old man.
He does. He's a little old man that I can't stop kissing.
He is a doll. He's like, stop kissing me.
Oh no, he loves it. You get Mama going detecting in the house. Auntie Brenda's in the house. Happy New Year.
He is just a little cuddler.
And he, for the most part, he is like Mr. Smiley. Right now, he's just looks like an old man.
Hey, Bean, can you remember a time before him now? Seems like a lifetime ago.
Yes, but it seemed like a long time ago, and he's only 4 months. You know what I mean? But 4 months at 24/7, yeah, that's that's a lot. But whatever life had before us definitely was I want to say way duller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had some of our adventures and stuff, but I think I can't wait to get him to go to camp this spring. You know what I mean?
Gotta love it.
Walker on the little cement patio that we have, and to put the Fisher Price swing up or whatever, and again, stuff that with blankets so he doesn't fall out of a leg hole.
Yeah, he's gonna enjoy it. Just all the new sounds.
Is in the house. Good morning, Happy New Year. Just Be Cool Metal Detecting is in the house. Good morning, Happy New Year. Whoa! Thanks for joining this morning. Oh, hubby's missing out on quite a few cool people being here. Oh, we got a cool stream happening right now. Yes, we do. Oh, he's watching chocolate be poured over some kind of delicious bars. Papa Ralph is in the house. Good morning, girl. Happy New Year.
I can never remember his name. I just call him Papa. I can never remember Bill.
Some people just automatically click. And then there are other people that I'm like, is it this or is it this?
Yeah.
And I don't want to freak up and say the wrong one, so I call them by their channel name. You know what I mean? But love, pumpkin love.
Little sprout loving.
Baby boo-boos.
I just want to cuddle with him. This is so cute. Hey, Sprout. Hayden. Hi, buddy. I love the chubby cheekers. How much is he weighing?
He went last week on Wednesday, got 2 shots and 1 oral drink. He weighed 11 pounds, 12 ounces.
That's amazing.
And got the thumbs up for food.
Really?
Yes. Remember how we were saying they probably 6 months or whatever? Yeah. He's like, I was shocked. I was like, what? And he even said you can start giving them solid foods. Like, I'm going to hand them a fucking hot dog or an ear of corn.
Nah, you're just going to give him a steak so he can gnaw on
it. A pretzel, scrape off all the freaking salt. But then again, the salt would be good for cutting the gums.
Did you see that thing that little clip I sent you about squeezing his pacifier and then freezing it so it helps with the teething?
I did not.
Oh.
There's a couple of them. I'm sorry. No, there's a couple of ones that you recently sent that I haven't clicked on yet.
Yeah, one of them is for a teething pacifier.
Thank you, DNL Treasures. I'm biased, and I think he's gorgeous. I really
He
do.
is.
He'll steal the dog's mouth. Not if I get him his own. Huh, poopy poop poops. Not a word. Yeah, it'll be like more like he's gonna be crawling and trying to eat the kibbles out of the dog bowl. You know what I mean? So yeah.
You just wait until he tosses things in the toilet.
Well, if I'm smart, I'm gonna keep the door to the bathroom closed for a tad. Once he gets the, or you have those doorknob slippy things that I have a hard time sometimes, grabbing it right. Then again, give a baby a bottle of freaking childproof, medicine, and they'll probably pop the freaking cover off for you.
Injected.
Like, my arthritis is killing me. Can you do this, guy? Not a problem, ma'am.
I love the fact
I think they got like toilet seat clips too, but back in the day, you just do what you did before they had all this shit. You know what I mean? Like you could put a broomstick over the toilet and pull out a vanity drawer so that it can't be lifted. You know what I mean? So it's held there by the weight of the drawer. Anything like that. I was
lucky. Jack.
Huh?
She was a good baby. Jack was a good baby. It's just now she's mouthy. She's her mother's daughter. That's for sure. I need to talk with her mother.
I always gave my kids the freedom to speak their mind with respect. You know what I mean? Like that way there, you never have to pretty much worry what the hell is going through with your kid. You know what I mean? I want them to be able, like I told them, you can tell me anything. Am I going to be upset with you? Probably. But I'll rebound and I will always be in your corner. You know what I mean? No matter what, we'll try to correct whatever, unless you already did, take the steps to do that. But I told my kids it didn't matter. I would always, I'd always be there for them. Same thing with like dating. I don't care if you came home with every color of the rainbow, not like together, growing up, different choices.
Right.
As long as you can find somebody to love you for you, you know what I mean?
Yep.
When you get along, like your best friend, whatever, who am I to say whether it's right or wrong? You know what I mean?
Right. As long as they're a good person, they treat my daughter with respect, I don't care.
Right.
I wouldn't care.
Somebody you want to bury in your backyard or your neighbor's backyard. You just got to bury them underneath a plant like lady slippers that's against the law to dig. You know what I mean?
I just see them.
They can't go looking for them now. Because no, you can't touch my fucking lady slipper beds.
I just seen a post about that today. I think I posted it on Facebook.
I mean, I know I seen one about it like years ago, but today that is pretty funny.
That is hilarious. Mama can make it look like an accident.
I say jar picture. The funny thing, and here's a story my husband told me when they were younger, okay? He had a friend, his last name was Bureau, okay? Bureau. And I don't know if they were underage drinking or whatever they were doing, but they got stopped by the police. And the police asked the kids their names, and the kid said, blah, 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 Bureau. And the guy said, Bureau. And the other kid said, yeah, like, DRAW drawer. Bureau, like dresser. His name is Amoir. Try to write that. Amoir. Eating breakfast and watching. Well, I hope you don't spit out your coffee, your cereal, or choke on your toast.
I already spilt my coffee today, so hey.
Oh,
I do it all the time. There is not a spill-proof coffee mug or a lid out there that is not Joe.
Girlfriend,
Spill through.
it's time you design one. Only you know how
Yeah,
you
it
do
will.
it.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Even with one with a straw, I spill it in my car, spill it on me. I wear it all the time.
So you need like a front harness sippy straw. Kind of like them.
Yeah.
The hard hat kind. Yeah. You're always going down by your cleave.
What's in there? Coffee? You want a sip?
Wine in a bag. Want to sip? No. Shit, you could at that point saying, I'm breastfeeding myself. I got to keep it going.
Mama, true.
Oh, I missed it. Where is she? That would be a shame if you didn't. That's why I sent you that meme with the frozen coffee.
Yeah.
It's so cold. I dropped my coffee this morning, and it was frozen coffee that like slid out of the cup. Uh-oh. Is this who I think it is? Is this who I think it is?
Brewer?
It might be somebody with peanut butter toast.
Oh, it's Rob.
Happy New Year, ladies. How you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. And who you calling lady? I'm no lady. I'm a heathen.
And where the hell are you?
Well, the child's a female, isn't it?
No, it's a male.
No, he's a male.
No.
Oh, hurt you. Okay. Why? We can't see anything if you're sitting down.
Nah.
Hi, Robbie. How are you?
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sweetheart. And Happy New Year to the young man. And Happy New Year to whatever you want to be, Gems.
I'm just me. Go.
just you. I'm just having breakfast in this first one today, so my eyes are just disappearing as we speak. And yeah, Deej, I just want to come on and I see loads of people's on and say Happy New Year to Deej, Papyrus, Just Be Cool, the Metal Angler.
Oh, did you read that, Joe?
I did. Thank you.
Did you? Okay.
But the smile is not original. I'm wearing
Clickins?
Line. Nope, it's my.
Is that for blowjob training?
Well, that's what I call clickins.
Is that so you don't bite?
No, it's because my teeth were all wonky, and after I get this done, so I've got another, I think 6 months of these, and then I go get my jaw wired shut, or I'm supposed to.
Wired
it won't stop me. Because
I was going to say, you'll be talking like this.
I'll be talking like this, and I can still talk.
I know you do talk some shit at times, but I didn't think you'd have to go that far to have your fucking mouth.
I would say draw some lines on the side of your face so you can be like a freaking. Oh no, you're not the puppet.
Ventriloquist.
Yeah.
No, it's because I've got TMJ really bad that my teeth in the back are flat from grinding them, and so they're gonna break the jaw and get everything. I'm trying to hold
the click.
Yeah. It clicks and pops and it locks. Yeah. So it locks.
Oh, do you get? I used to get that years ago. Like one side of my jaw would feel like it was popping out right at the top bit of the bone, and that stopped when I stopped giving blowjobs. So, you know, that's what...
Alrighty then, on to the next subject.
Wow, Robbie.
I want to ask you where ET is. You look like grown-up Elliot.
Rob Elliott?
Robert. Well, I sit here, and if I take it off, I've got my window.
I'm just playing with you. I'm just playing.
Rob,
I'll get a cold ear. Yeah, that's it. This will be gangster.
I don't have a hoodie. Oh, I do have a hoodie. It's behind me. Hold on. I got to get it on.
If you're going to be proper gangster, then you got to...
Hold on.
Oh, fuck me. That's a bit tight.
I look more homeless than anything. I look like a homeless person, but it's all right. I've been calling my daughter my homeless child because she is wearing my 2X large sweatshirts and she's stealing them. There
And
you
she's
go.
In your what?
Oh,
floating.
she's stealing my sweatshirts, like my 2X sweatshirts, because I love huge sweatshirts.
Yeah.
And she's stealing them, and she's like
Don't
that
work.
itty bitty. She's just a teeny weeny thing.
Oh yeah, your daughter. You're right.
Yeah,
Okay.
mini Joe.
No, yeah, my kids. I think girls like the
Okay,
big,
that's the hood.
chunky. Here she goes.
I could go on a consistent
We're the hoodie.
I feel like
You need a little basket now, and put the little one in there, wrapped up in a blanket. Just
He
pop
could
him
be our
in front
ET.
of you.
He's got his hoodie over here too. Believe it
So
or
how
not,
are
he's
you
got a brown
enjoying?
one.
How are you enjoying? It's been a few months now, isn't it, since you've had the little one?
It's great.
How are you enjoying the life of Jesus Christ? I can't sleep. I've got no energy.
No, now I can.
Yeah, you got into it now.
He's actually on a routine, and he's 4 months. Christmas Day, so he now is sleeping. He's eating a little bit more, which means he sleeps longer. So
Yeah, they
that's
go
a good
through
thing.
a lot better.
See, he eats. Shit, did I write it down? I fed him right before my stream. That was at, what was that? 9:10? 9:30. We'll say 9:30. I gotta write it down because that's sometimes you forget. You know what I mean? It's getting better though, because when it was every 2 hours, you're like, oh my god, I just fed this kid. Didn't I just feed this freaking kid? It's been 2 hours already. But now we can eat food. So we got to go to the store and buy him some like baby rice cereal.
Baby rice stuff and that. I'll tell you what, you can start pretty much straight away. Whatever, if you eat healthy, then just another one into a blender, blend it up like a
Right, before
dinners,
you add
all
anything
sorts of
to
shit
it.
like that. As long as they like the taste of it, they'll eat it. And the
Right.
quicker they eat, the more solid sort of thing.
Yep.
Obviously, the more solid human shit comes out of them, which is disgusting.
That's when it starts getting smelly, is when you add food to it.
When you give them chocolate pudding and it comes out as chocolate pudding, and you're like, oh. my first kid,
homeless
I was in the hospital, and I think it was one of my first nappy changes, and she was premature, so she was like £4.11 sort of thing, so she was absolutely fucking tiny. But I do remember lifting the legs up to sort of put the nappy underneath, and it was one of those first baby poos, which is like on a really light brown. It looks like sort of like chicken korma, I suppose, is about the best that you could put to it. And it shot out, hit my leg. Fucking, you know what I mean? It's just like
it's kind of like bird shit. There's really nothing.
It just get out, and it's not the. I don't know what the fuck it was made of, but milk or whatever is like a very, I don't know. Didn't nah. And it was just sort of like, all right, drop the legs, right? You can have that. Fucking I'm out of it.
And what we don't know is this is the easy poop right now, because once he starts eating, it's gonna be like your shit.
It's when they sit there and you see their face, especially boys. We sort of
go.
Jack would go like this. Jack would bring her hands up and go and turn bright red.
He does this smashing of his hands. He's sitting in a chair, whatever, or in a swing, and he does this, but then he goes,
$1 million.
And I'm like, what evil are you planning? No evil, just want to get this crap out of me.
Angela doesn't want to get tipsy around my wallpaper. Guido, how you doing? Happy New Year to you, DNA treasures.
What you doing? You want to go sit in the bouncy over there?
Now, what's his name? I've forgotten because I don't pay
attention.
Who? Tater.
Caden, not Tater. It's not Tater Puff.
Tater Tot.
Yeah.
Taylor. Did you say Taylor?
Caden. It's
Kaylin.
Kaidon.
Caden.
So it's half Katie and half Brandon combined. Caden.
Yeah, fucking bunch of weirdos, you Americans, isn't you?
You know what, Rob? My daughter's given name is Jackson, traditional speller, and we call her Jack for short.
See, I wanted
Exactly.
to ask
Proves
you.
my point exactly.
I didn't know if it was a Jacqueline or.
I might have been a
Nope,
Roberta.
Jackson.
Might have been a girl.
It's Jackson. But we call her Jack.
Pippi, a poopa, a poop, putty pee, boop, 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 boop.
Hey, Danby.
We did, yes, I do. I have Tourette's. I just start breaking out in song that no one's ever heard before and will never want to hear again.
Just
Nah,
so we make funny little,
Except
funny
Little
little
Sprout,
noises.
he likes when I.
it's baby rap. You're doing
That's
baby
what I
rap.
told my husband. I said, number one, there is nobody here but
Hi,
us.
Dio.
Okay? And number two, I really don't care what anybody else thinks because you don't have to listen to him bitch or cry. I do. And see, he's getting to that. It's been about an hour since I ate thing. So anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half is his bitchy time. So that's when I go, time to go back and swing on the star, and he goes back in the swing. Sometimes
I think it was about that age. I used to do my Mrs. Edwin because I used to be able to sit her on my hand like that, not old, and just like literally sort of like she'd sort of like
the squirm.
I just walk around the house like a
Plus,
plate.
I don't
Like
even
a
think I
waiter.
could balance 11.5 pounds.
It's amazing how high
I don't want
you
to like
can
grab
throw 'em
his
up as
junk.
well. When you do the throw and the catch, and like that's a bloke thing, and the women just sort of like, I want to kill you.
I didn't even let him go. Hello, you think I would let my kid go?
No, I was talking about what Rob was saying.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
If you get really good at it, you can lob them up, spin round one for like 360, and then catch them again. But that takes a few times to get that right.
Right.
But
You
they
gotta have the
bounce.
pillows and shit on the floor for those, right?
No, you teach them from an
That's
early
when
age. Life is rough.
a friend comes over and says, "Oh, can I hold you, baby?" And then they go, woo, and they're standing in your maybe 7-foot high living room
I mean,
with a ceiling fan.
I think it's a thing. You're supposed to drop babies a couple of times, like on their heads or whatever. So you've got an excuse in later years. Go, yeah, it's because I've dropped it on its head a few times. That's why it's like it is.
Now, what happened to you?
I got dropped very many times.
Love you, Rosie.
I nearly got pushed off a cliff when I was a baby in a pram.
Oh, your dad.
My sister. My sister wanted
your father's like,
sister.
La, 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 la,
and we was down the coast. And I was in a pram with the old wheels locked on, right near a cliff. So I think the mum and dad were hinting, and my sister was there, and she said, "Yeah, I was just thinking if I click that off, you're gone." It's like, oh, cheers.
I don't really care for you anymore.
I said, I want a sister to dress up, not a boy.
I remember
hello, chilling and grilling.
A movie somewhere like that too, where a little girl got rid of her baby brother. I think it was like in an in-between world though. Like I forget. Somebody was taking care of him. Thank God he wasn't just like stuck in a tree stump somewhere by himself. But maybe he was.
Huh. I just watched the other night that film. There's two of them. I think it's like Don't Breathe, the one with the old boy who's like ex-military with like grey hair and that, and he's blind, and some kids or whatever go and rob him, and then they get sort of stuck in the house, and he's like hearing them and taking them out one by one. I watched the second one of that, and that was all about him like taking some young girl, or like as a baby or whatever, or very young, and like looking after her as such, but not letting her out, saying it's all dangerous and that. And then the parents, I think it was something to do with a fire or something in the house, and he grabbed the kid, and then the parents went to get her back in that, and it was like, oh, right. And I didn't know the plot line on it until I found out the reason why they wanted to get the kid back when she was a bit older, and it was all like, oh, well, who thinks up these things? But the mama needed a new heart. Let's just put it that way. So it's a case of, there's only one that'll fit.
Yeah, I don't like those types of movies.
Oh, I do.
I like them when, it's you know what I mean? There's not many films nowadays that haven't been like just rehashed other versions of other older films and that. I watched Top Gun Maverick, that's literally the second one of that, and they used every similar sort of like thing in the film as they did in the first one. You know, like the bar scene where they all sort of like
We're
they done
singing.
that. They done what I used to do with my lads in the end. Like, you've lost that loving feeling that's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Doo-doo.
Did you like
Doo-doo.
it? Did you like the second movie?
Yeah, I thought I knew it was going to be good because the first movie was absolutely brilliant with all the actual flying and you know what I mean. You know that was all spot on. And the second one, obviously, he actually flies the shit and everything, you know, because he's a pilot for all that. So it was absolutely awesome, all that sort of stuff. But the similar things where they done that scene with and then the next day they're in to get trained and it's that woman that's there and they're sort of like, shit, I fucked up here. They done that, but with him, he was in the bar, fucked up, put his phone on the bar, which means you've got to buy the entire place a drink. And then he didn't have enough money, so he got booted out by the lads that he's going to be teaching the next day in the Top Gun school. So, you know, he walks in and they're like, shit. There's so many similarities that they just reused. And it's like, it's a bit fucking lazy, but it did work for the film.
Hey, Jack, come on in and say hi.
Chilling with Good Adventures with Dan B's in the house.
Chilling and
Jack,
grilling
come here.
just makes me want to have a barbecue. It's like, I can't have a barbecue in our weather. I want a barbecue.
Oh, we've barbecued in the winter with it snowing and it's 3
Your
inches
bit
deep.
store. Did you go to the doctor's finally, Dan? B.
But I can't stay too much longer. I've got to get going to the tot lot. I got to charge my phone real quickly. So I'm going to say later, babers. Happy
Thanks for
New Year,
coming out.
everybody.
Happy New
Love
Year
you.
and
Later,
good luck on
babers.
the top lot. We're gonna go swing.
There you go. I got rid of her for you. There you go. You can say thanks now.
Oh no, he's so bad. Oh no.
3 days, cold and wet, just like the UK. Well, to be fair, it's been a bit cool out today, but I have got sunshine out at the moment. I'm not happy with this. What, in another 3/4 of an hour, it'll be dark. I'm still not happy with that. I don't like, you know what I mean. I've literally just dropped. I've had my kids up for the week for like the Christmas week, and yeah, they literally just popped into the train to go home.
Nice.
And, yeah. It's lovely having them up for that time. I have them up every other weekend and stuff. You know, depending. They're a lot older now, so it's a case of my youngest is going to be university next year, so she's doing her second year in college at the moment.
Cool.
So,
hey,
you know, she's picking universities and stuff. So some weekends they've had to go and do stuff and things like that.
Ah, gotcha.
So, you know what I mean? Just something you have to sort of get used to when you're the dad, not, you know what I mean, and not there. And they're up in Wales, so it is a bit of. But they, like I say, they come down every second weekend usually, sometimes longer. But yeah, my eldest is a teacher.
Cool.
Yeah, she done really well. She's done the uni thing and that, and went on to doing teaching, and she's doing really well at it. And she enjoys it. You know what I mean? As much as you can enjoy work, you know what I mean. But she is
right.
Very good. I did a nerve opening. He burned a nerve with a laser.
Hey, that's because of this one, actually. Hey, poopy poop poops.
I have bone to bone with my tailbone.
I was just gonna ask him, can they like grind one of them down? A tailbone, it's up the end of your spine. We don't use it. And then Mama said her mother had a nerve ablation at the end of her tailbone.
I've had bones.
I had a cardiac ablation so that I wouldn't go into AFib.
I've had bones fused together when they were getting arthritis between the bones after.
Yeah, I have my lower. I have joints in my lower vertebrae, and my doctor at the time when I had my hip done said, "Do you ever have back surgery?" And I said, "No, why?" "Really?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" Like, why would you ask me that? Because he looked at my X-ray.
They found an implant.
No, he said I had fused vertebrae, so it has to be from do 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 do.
Well, I think everyone. I'm terrible for it. Sitting wrong, not sitting upright, and all that sort of shit. You know what I mean? You slump down a bit. I don't think it does our backs any good. We're not supposed to be. I see a thing the other day where there's like a tribe out in the jungles, and they've never worn anything on their feet ever, and their toes. It's amazing. They're like hands on their feet, where the big toe comes right out, sort of like to the side, and is much more extended. And you got all that you say, and they can literally climb trees and things like that with no problems whatsoever. And it's
I think it also has to do with training. You know what I mean? Yourself as like a baby on with no shoes and climbing so that your feet start to grab on.
The less we use them, the more we wear shoes and that. I think the less, you know what I mean. If you could, they were saying, would all our feet be like that if we didn't wear shoes and were much more sort of, needing to climb things and that? We'd all be a bit like Spider-Man.
Wow. Molly, 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 molly.
Dan's put something up on his post on his community page, apparently.
Oh my God.
About what he's going through.
It's not checked it out yet. Oh, sorry. Hold on for just a second. I'm going to attempt to put this little brat in the swing, and I might have to go.
I better be getting paid for this if I've got to look after your stream.
You don't even have to say shit. You can sit there and watch the chat.
I'll just go, balls through.
There you go. Oh,
chilling. I'm the same way, Rob. So what's that with arthritis sort of thing on between the bones? Because it's not comfortable. And mine were just in my foot, so you know what I mean. I know my back's fucked. I had damage from a car accident, and I know literally I'm feeling it right now because of the in the middle of my back there is one bit that I do take painkillers for, and I just stopped taking one lot of painkillers because it hasn't come on for ages. But it's a weird one. After the accident, if I sit like on a laptop with my arms sort of like in front of me, I'd suddenly get this pain starting in the middle of my back, and it would be like it's sort of pain that it makes you feel sick straight away, sort of thing. It's quite a nerve type one, and the only way that I used to be able to get rid of it is lay down on the floor, on a flat floor, and it would dissipate and go. But yeah, that one's sort of gone. I think I'm fucking open. It's been a couple of weeks now that I'm not taking particular nerve painkillers. I don't sit out the way I'm supposed to. Right, yeah. Not, I don't think anyone does.
Sorry.
Sit up like that. It feels so much better, but God, it's hard work, isn't it? It's like doing a workout if you sit upright for too long.
Almost sat on the Yorkie.
Look more like ET now. Like, my neck stretch.
Or you could be an Ewok. I'm just playing.
Gotta love an Ewok.
You're right.
I did find out actually because watching that old Top Gun, and we watched loads of his films over the last week, all the sort of like Mission Impossibles, and we watched both Jack Reacher last night. So all the stuff with him in, and it was like I know he's a short ass because there was one bit in the original Top Gun. So my girls watched that first of all because they'd never seen it, and the instructor woman comes walking along towards him, and he sort of turns around, and she leans into a sort of doorway a bit, sort of thing, to bring herself down because he's such a short ass, isn't he? And and I was like, I wonder if I'm taller than him.
I don't think he can't be taller than 5'7".
No, exactly. I'm 5'7". He apparently is 5'6.5".
Shut up.
I'm like, I'm taller than Tom Cruise. Fuck yeah.
I was gonna say he definitely is short. Hi, Joe.
But yeah, you see it in certain parts of the film where the camera angles and everything were like, right, try and make him look bigger.
They'll do that. They'll space an actor out too, so that the spatialness.
Yeah, that's it. Have him in front all the time.
Tall, yeah, and bring him into his frame. Because somebody else, what the hell did I watch? Somebody else is short too.
Hello, Joe.
No, there's a lot of people that are short.
Well, a lot of people are a lot shorter that are famous, sort of thing, than what you would think in the films. They look.
You don't know until you see him standing next to something.
I mean, and John Travolta, he always looks tall, but he isn't particularly tall, I don't think. And
really, I thought he was like 6 feet.
He might be actually. He might be 6 foot something, which is pretty fucking tall.
Because when I think back to his Vinnie Barbarino back in Welcome Back, Kotter, he was tall and lean, but he was also the same height as the J.J. Washington character, who I have a brain freeze. I can't remember his real name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rorschach and Epstein were definitely on the short side compared to those two.
It's like I got a picture as a detectorist over here. He hasn't done much for a while. He did come back doing a bit. Hello, doggy.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm looking at the doggy now. He just turned into the little doggy. He just disappeared. Just left me alone. Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, Deesh. Yeah, nice. Yeah, he's a short ass, isn't he? I don't know if you ever seen, because it come from America, the with the Poogle sticks and everything, Gladiators. That was the original Gladiators was from America, wasn't it? And then the UK, we had our own version of Gladiators, where it is like people going up against the Gladiators, which were all sort of big people or whatever, stopping you from like doing simple sort of gladiator games. But it was called Gladiators. Someone must know. Come on, someone.
What, back in the 70s or the 80s?
No, this would have been.
Used to have?
I mean, it would have been the sort of over here. It was 90s, I would say. So possibly very late 80s.
Battle of the Network Stars they used to have. That was like.
Yeah, we had
like ABC and NBC and CBS. They were all on their own teams, and then they had like celebrity from the films also like have their own thing too. But I thought it was,
into the 80s,
you might be talking about the
over here it was called Gladiators.
Yeah,
and
and had the big chick Zap and shit like that on it.
Hunter, Zap,
yeah.
And Wolf. Over here we had Wolf. Right, and he was sort of like, he was always like, and all this sort of thing. I took my eldest to go and see him at a book signing or something, it was in Waterstones or something like that. And fucking hell, he was tiny. It was like,
shut up.
Oh, you know what I mean? This would have been, oh, Christ, mid 90s when I took her. So she was probably about 4 or 5 sort of thing. And oh Jesus Christ, yeah, I took it, and I just laughed. I was just like, Jesus, I could beat the crap out of Wolf.
Yeah, Deej, it was like normal contestants, right? They had to like get through a barrier, like they had to hide behind barrels, and these big ass gladiator people had like
they were the same gladiators each people they'd ever. That's it, and for each game they would pick a gladiator. They had the female ones, and then
you have to stand on like those 2 podiums, and they have like those big Q-tips, and they try to whack you off. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can only remember that silver blonde chick Zap. But yeah, and then they had the guys that were like bleach blonde and shit like that. But,
that was it. Yeah, I think that was Hunter. Hunter looked a bit like what you'd think Captain America would be, sort of.
Okay.
A British version of that.
Yeah,
But yeah, Wolf had long, straggly, sort of like dark hair. I think he had a bit of a beard or whatever. And yeah, so he made himself look like a wolf or
Yeah, that
whatever.
was
And
before
he
all
was
the.
the nasty one, because you had the nicer ones and then the nastier ones, sort of thing. There was a big
Yeah,
black guy. He was fucking ginormous. He was probably our biggest one. But yeah, I think they used to use like type WWE style
you
people.
guys Google it. I bet you would find it on YouTube.
Oh yeah, there'd be
American
loads of it on
Gladiators is
YouTube,
one
especially
TV show. Yep.
yeah, the UK one, Gladiators. Christ, there'd be loads on there. But he always looked massive. This is the thing. And when went to see him, it wasn't just that he was short. He was muscly, and he had the sort of like triangular sort of top and that. But it was all Action Man size. It was down there. It was like, is he 14 or something with a lot of hair? What the fuck is
And
going
they
on?
use the fisheye angle lens, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, oh, wow. You know what I mean? I'm sure I was saying to my kids,
Metal
like, you know what I mean? You're
detector.
nearly as tall as him. Stewie, how you doing, Stu?
Hold on, I gotta make sure he's got his freaking pacifier again. Hold
Quite
on.
all right. Quite all right. I know. And so what should we talk about now?
Where is it?
So let's see who's in. He does what? Deej, I hope you're better. I think I see a post of you saying you was better. I was there the other night on your Stonehenge one. I didn't chat and I was doing a load of stuff, but I did jump on there just to give the views and everything. But yeah, I need to rewatch it because I didn't see it. I heard some of it, etc. And I was gutted, Deej. I was pretty like sickly around that time when you come over. But when you said to me you was going to Stonehenge was a lot closer and a lot easier for me to be able to get to than London. London's an absolute nightmare. Just I won't be able to drive there in anything I've got or anything, you know what I mean, in the future. But yeah, when you went to Stonehenge, that's about an hour away from me, and I was like, oh shit, I have to find out what day. And then I looked on your Facebook profile and that, and there you was holding a bag in front of Stonehenge, and I was like, oh, fuck it.
That would be so cool. We have an American Stonehenge in our state, actually, and I haven't even been to that one.
Well, the good thing about the Stonehenge site, you've basically went where Deej would have gone, got off the coach and everything, and then they get on like a shuttle bus that goes along this road that they own, as such as the National Trust or whatever, and it goes up and then it stops, and then you basically walk up the field to the actual things. But as where it stops, there's basically an unmade track road that goes either way. One goes to the main road, which is like the A303, which you have to go along to get to the main thing, which is literally a couple of miles away. And this track road, you can park up and camp in it and overnight in it and anything like that. It's not particularly owned by anyone, and it's not owned by the National Trust. So that was where I could have parked up and like literally, yeah, come down the bottom and sit up there right at the stones. But I stayed there before. But that is, you know, a lot of people don't know about it, but all the hippies and that use it at solstice and that. I was going to go to the winter solstice, but
that would be so cool. So cool.
Bloody cold. But that's winter solstice and summer solstice are 2 times you're allowed to actually go up to the stones. So you can be around the stones. You know what I mean? If you go there now, you're fenced off from you're right next to them, but you can't go in amongst the stones.
No shit.
So it's, you know what I mean? It's a bit shit on that. When I was a kid, you used to be able to go up there. You know what I mean? I've got pictures of me as a kid on the like the flat stone in the middle where, you know what I mean? Like, but you know,
then again, I'm sure they don't want people to spray paint it, you know.
Stu, you're about 20 minutes away from there. It's all right, Deej. It'll happen again. You know what I mean? When I get to come to America, which I must get a passport, and I must get a couple of million quid or something, and then come over. I tell you, over here at the moment, what I don't know if you've heard of it, is this YouTube. Is this drink. You know KSI and Logan Paul. Logan Paul's the American side of it. He was the one. He used to like explore videos and stuff. Logan Paul and Jake and all that, and all the really big YouTubers that were young, sort of doing nutty shit and all that sort of thing. They come out with a drink called Prime, and they've released it like over here, I suppose, in the last month or two. But what they've done is released it in very small amounts. And so people are going nutty for it. They're sort of like buying it for like £2 a bottle and then selling it for £10 a bottle and stuff like that. And it's just a hydration drink. I didn't know if it.
What's in it though? Crap. Why did they call it crime?
Mama. They had armed guards when we were there.
Yeah, that's what I just read that Deej said.
Well, the thing is, you do get. I mean, God, they must get sort of bullshit bomb threats or things like that, or stuff from activists and people that are pissed off that it's their sort of thing. You have to pay, stupid amounts of money to go and see something that's actually ours. It's run by the National Trust, and generally, yeah, that's it. Deej, Aldi's been or just got stock in or whatever, and you've got people queuing up outside and round the corner to try and get hold of these influencer drinks. Mad. Is that? Hello, Lisa.
Are they highly caffeinated?
No, that's one thing about them. They're not caffeinated. They've got some vitamins in it, and it's water and sugar, I think, basically. But it's because it's KSI and Logan Paul. KSI and I think it was Logan Paul done the first big YouTube boxing thing between two beefing, you know what I mean, UK versus America sort of style sort of thing. That was all instigated and everything. It's you want to be big on YouTube, you've got to fucking do drama. Simple as. You know what I mean? You've got to have stuff people will invest their time to like not miss something because it's like, oh, this shit's going down. You know what I mean? It's like over here, the auditing community get a lot of people on lives because there's always someone who will stir it up. There's always, something that'll kick off. And it's just sort of like, yeah, then suddenly from 50 odd people, you've got 500 people on your live.
Yeah.
And every live, it's like bang, and just
So that's the freaking ticket, huh?
Oh, you got
I
to
hate
do
fucking drama, man. I'd rather be drama free and happy with this small circle.
Well, that's what good amount of people. It's that thing. If you want it to be super rich, you know what I mean, millionaire, billionaire, whatever, you can't be a particularly nice person to get.
No, you got to be a Karen. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't.
But that's the whole thing. Then you'd have a bunch of followers that hate you.
You're always going to get someone who don't like you. You get that in normal life. You know what I mean? You get
but I don't
amount of people that, if you're a decent person, you got no reason to sort of like be hated by people.
Right.
A lot of people go through life and they're not even fucking noticed by anybody because generally they're nice. They do things that are nice. They don't want to be known for doing the nice things. That's a very British way. It is sort of like it's people that do charity work, or you think, there's pop stars out there that you think, they're assholes or da-da-da, or they get, put in the newspaper for something. But then what you don't know is all the stuff that they've done that they've never, claimed any, you know what I mean, fame for, or, using it to climb that ladder. I'm going to have to try the Minelab 600 6-inch coil on the 700. Hope I can get through wood chips with a hand digger. Burn it, Danny boy. Wood chips.
In a tot lot.
So what is your sort of weather at the moment where you are then?
It is overcast at the moment. It says 40 and sunny. I'm not seeing the sun. I think it was.
So you're nowhere near where they had those super ice storm things. That was more Washington sort of way, wasn't it? Or
Right, wrong side. Yeah, we're on the East Coast, on the Atlantic coastline.
right.
I think it all started on the Pacific and came down through. But then again, some also came up, I think. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, I think
all I know is that the people that are in North Carolina that moved from New Hampshire down to, semi-tropical, the last couple of years, they've been getting our fucking weather. It's been like snowy almost weather, which will shut down their whole state. We're in January now. We just had 2 days that were 50 degrees. You know what I mean? At the end of the month, it's 40 degrees right now for New Hampshire in January.
That's the thing with America. When I look at it, I don't know. You know what I mean? Over here, we had, I've got a telephone cable that goes out to a pole. That pole goes to, somewhere else, and like connects up all, do see in America a lot of electricity is supplied by poles, especially the ones with, I don't know, these units that blow up in Spider-Man or whatever on them and stuff like that. But do they have a lot of underground pipe work that sort of, because that is obviously the way to get past any weather is not be in the weather, and like out in sort of country places. Have they sort of replaced that sort of network with pipe lines?
It's a yes and no. Yeah, some of them. The power lines that go like run across the whole state, I want to say are still all above ground.
Yeah, I think our main we got main massive power lines that do go across the country and come from the stations.
And I've lived in a low income housing area when my children were younger, and the street lights and stuff wiring and the telephone wiring used to be above ground.
Yeah.
And then they went
it's
below
all about money. Like, good Hollywood places or something will all be underground and have their electricity and everything like that. But like I say, I suppose it would be quite difficult in the cities that are like blocks or whatever. So then, especially if they've got underground lines, already. But the cheaper, poorer areas, have always been like that. Have probably never been changed until they sort of like, you've got the developers that are just like, we want to knock the whole fucking lockdown and then start again. Sort of.
That's
thing.
Like the street we live on. We don't have a freaking telephone pole with a light on it anywhere. It's attached to our house, which we don't even turn on because there's something. We've already changed the light bulb and blah blah blah. So it's gonna be like the ballast or whatever it's called.
What
holds the light bulb, but it'll come on nice and bright, blah blah, and wink, 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 and it'll go out. You know what I mean? And then it'll come back on again. And once it does that 150 times, I'm like, it's gonna burn the house down. You know what I mean? So we don't even run that.
So what's that?
People across the street had one. I don't know if they realize. I haven't said anything to them yet, but they've been there for like a year. When the Buddy's former owner lived across the street from us, she got ill, went into the hospital, and unfortunately never came home. We went and had permission to take whatever we wanted from her home and, get rid of it, do whatever the hell we wanted with it. So a lot of it was marketplace stuff.
Yeah.
And I still got a shed full of her fucking shit too. So we realized, because again, you're flicking light switch and you're like, where do these go to? You know what I mean? You're not seeing any, but some of them work the garage from inside the house. So anyways, on the back wall in the garage, they get like 4 switches at least. One of them works the light that's attached to the front of the garage. However, when you first turn the light on, if you were to go out there and look up, the light's not on, okay? Because it takes it a few minutes for that element to like warm up. And then it's one of those, almost like a soft blue. You know what I mean? It's not a big bright light. So I don't think that these guys even know that if they waited 10 minutes, they would have a freaking light. And they went and installed all these solar panel freaking little fucking lights everywhere and attached them to their garage. Was it my No one asked me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like, I don't want these people to know I know the layout of their house, every inch of their house. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like that person, Mrs. Kravitz. You go in your garage and you flip fucking the switch closest to the back door.
So have you got like street lamps then in your road?
Not on our street. It is
Not
like,
on the
it's
street, so
great
it
for
is
Halloween because it's pitch dark.
Yeah. So what
Not
about
you-
what
not
do
fit
you
for
get
work,
for
though.
like waste? Or like, say, do you put bins out and they get collected, sort of thing, and stuff like that? Is there like a
Actually,
bin
the
service?
community that we live in, you had to buy the town's garbage bags,
Right.
and you buying their garbage bags apparently paid for that freaking truck to come once a week. Now we get a paper that says we don't even own a garbage can. Okay, you know what I mean? It was just the bag, and you could only have blah blah blah, and then you had your recyclables that went somewhere else. Now they're like, you don't have to buy the certain bag, because the whole thing is, if you want your trash taken care of on a yearly thing, you have to pay a fee. And then they'll come to your house and pick up your shit. Well, my husband's a maintenance man, and the building that he takes care of is 9 stories, and they got a couple of dumpsters. So here you go.
Yeah,
So
I just want. It's like, it does make you wonder,
MJ.
like in the sort of like countrified areas where people live, how it all works, sort of thing. Because over here, um, we basically pay a council tax, so which covers everything. Sort of like part of your council tax goes to all the different things like police, refuse collection, roads being fixed, everything that you expect to be
Blueface
done.
Savage.
You know what I mean? Everyone pays a certain amount of council tax, and that depends on the size of your house, whichever band it goes into, to whichever band that you pay, and all stuff like that. But yeah, like I say, it includes sort of like having rubbish collected and that, and it's just
Yeah, because we get a salvage yard that's also right down the street for your bigger furniture or what have you. But I noticed that, well, I don't know if they're open every day, but dude, they always have a line going out.
Yeah, that's the same as ours, because
along the street.
we get a badge that you have to put in, and I can be in West Berkshire. I can only go to the recycling plant sort of thing, or whatever, with general rubbish if you've got too much, or big things, or computers and all that sort of thing, if you're getting rid of stuff like that. But yeah, you have to go to that one, or if you try to go to any of the other ones that are not in your area, then you have to pay. And it's
like a dump yard.
That's it.
Except nowadays, it's not just dumped out like what we used to do. Now it's you drive in, and they got like a tractor trailer bed.
That's Mama.
Yeah, below it in the back.
Theirs is all like, the city organises the haul away. They just pay for it with the water bill. See, that's the one bill over here that if you don't pay, they'll go for you, take you to court or whatever, or something eventually, or possibly. But water rates over here we pay for, or you go on a water meter, so it depends exactly how much you use. But if you don't pay it, they can't cut you off. They cannot cut water off legally, cannot gain entry and cut water off. They can if you don't pay your gas or electric bill. The gas and electric companies can get legal entry into cut off your supply, but that's the only one over here that they cannot take away, even if you don't pay, is the water bill. When I used to rent in places years and years ago, I never paid water bill for anything, because I knew in a couple of years I'd be moving, and they just keep sending bills, and it's like, hey, can't do anything. You had to pay your gas and electric, because they will come and bang your door in, and if you don't open, then they will get police to come and gain entry and all this sort of thing. They go for their money. But yeah, water bill. And the other one, we have to pay for a TV license. That's the BBC TV license, which it's one of those things. They cannot do you unless they unless you lit them. If you lit them in your house and say, "Oh, look, I haven't got a TV," and then you've got multiple TVs hanging up all over the place.
Well, that's like cable.
No, but
you get one TV and then you run a bunch of freaking.
They got no legal right to be able to come into your property, unlike the gas, electric, and that. But they try. They send sort of like enforcers as such that sort of like, we say you've got a TV, and you're just like, nah, bye. And you get letters sent through all the time saying, and then it come through in a red envelope saying, we are visiting places in your area. And it's like, yeah, you visit my door, mate, and you're going arse over tit down the stairwell. Simple as. But yeah, that's one. I bet Stu don't pay. How do I know this? I've lived a life, mate, and I still live in it. There's certain things I disagree with. Not a case of not being able to pay for certain things, but I think if we got a government that wants to fucking rule us and tax us and do all these things, you know what I mean, to take, your money away, then they should be able to provide your life to be able to be that subservient and go to work and do the things that everyone's expected to do, buy a house, have kids, continue, you know what I mean? And the ones up there that are, taxing us and everything like that, it's like, well, we need water to live. We need heat to, cook, to live. You know what I mean? You need, there's some basics that we shouldn't be paying for.
Right.
Because, without it, you know what I mean? You cannot have any type of life. So gas, electric, water, any of the power things that people use should be provided for. It was like a lot of our stuff before, the NHS, we've still got the NHS just fucking hanging on. So it's free, you're ill, you can go and be fixed for free. It's not a scale of how much you earn to how good or, everyone gets the same NHS. You can pay for private and you do get a better service, but you get it by the same surgeons and that work within the NHS, because they have to work within the NHS to be able to do the private. It's
right, the network within the network.
Exactly. They go off and earn their private fees and that, but they also do, the NHS stuff. It's not all magical stuff, Stu. What's going on here?
Oh no, we got quite a few.
Sorts this all out. Yeah, fucking hell. I'll see you having problems, Stu. You'll be like, right, do I pay this gas bill or do I buy this fine weed that's just been offered me? We've all been there, mate. But yeah, there's certain things I don't agree with. It's a case of how much we get taxed and everything like that. It should all be about everyone.
Hey.
You know what I mean? Not just people getting rich off of the backs of others. It should be the whole of the world should be.
No barking. Shh. Shh. Shh.
He's coming.
Daddy's home, and I don't want him to wake the baby.
I get all excited.
They normally bark, and they didn't this time, so yay.
That's it. I set them to sleep with my stories.
Yay. Yeah, we have really got a homeless
weed
population happening in our city, and I don't get it, man. They're outside of a homeless shelter, outside in tents, and they have tarps over their tents. Like, the material together is not even this thick. You know what I mean? Like, a tent is nylon. Wind can go through that. Okay, the tarp helps somewhat, but only with the wind, not with the cold. So last week, I think they found 3 dead people.
Yeah.
Outside they're doing a wellness check. Hey, you still breathing? No. Okay. Wrap them up in the plastic tarp. You know what I mean? Like, this homeless lady had a baby on Christmas night in her homeless camp. Called for help or whatever, but then I don't know, she got scared, whatever was going through her mind, but she told him to go in a different direction than where the baby actually was, and that baby was out in that freaking cold elements with nothing, no wrap, no clothing, no blanket for an hour, but it survived, and I guess it's doing okay. So, and the chicks, what was her name?
Blueface, Tezza.
Okay.
It's all right, just saying hello to your chat. There's a load of
Then
UK knobheads and that on there.
thanks for joining. Happy New Year. Yeah, the girl that had the baby homeless camp, she's got like a famous dad. I don't know if he's a tennis player or whatever the fuck he was. Soccer player. Hubby's in the other room, probably smoking a butt or something. I was trying to ask him because I think he would know who it is, but yeah, so they're going to already file, I guess, for the custody of that infant.
I would have thought so, because I mean, it's obviously she's got mental health issues. If she's
exactly like that's what they said, like she has been
exactly
struggling with mental health issues and probably addiction, and they had no clue about pregnancy. And again, kind of like my situation, know that you can't save your daughter, but you sure as hell can save that baby. So
yeah.
they're
But
gonna.
that's it. Another thing about living in a civilized society or whatever, things like that. There shouldn't be homeless. There shouldn't be hungry people. There shouldn't be all these things that can be fixed or could be fixed if we had a totally different society. Which I think I don't know. I'm going right deep here. I've always thought, okay, in the future, if you want to be working and you want to be in any industry, it'll be in anything that people have fun doing, like the leisure industry, because at some point we've got automation and stuff down so good, and if we put much more effort into like automation of all things that are sort of like to keep us alive as such, so food production, things like that, field management stuff, farmers, farmers, we see farmers within our community, big amount. Now they're a weird breed as such. Farmers, they've got lots of land to do, and that they've got it's a hard life. Yeah, they get money for it and they own a lot of land and stuff like that. But it's sort of, if that was all sort of automated much more and had more people and worth more, you know what I mean? Because so it'd be able to employ more as such that wanted to work the land, because it's a very important thing. It's like our nurses over here. They'll be on 20 to 30 to 40 grand, depending what level they're on, which is absolutely nothing. And they're saving lives each and every day. And they can't afford to make mistakes each and every day. Same as the doctors and that. Everything's worth doing it. But some fucking investment banker who goes, oh, I'm sure that's going to go up because we're going to have a pandemic soon, so I'm going to invest heavily into Deliveroo and Just Eat and all these food delivery places and all the shopping places that will deliver food, because that's going to go sky high because no one's allowed out their fucking house. You know what I mean? So they've just made millions and billions on flicking a few money letters around. You know what I mean?
Look, it took COVID to open people's eyes, saying, you know what, doctors and blah 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 and professional whatever aren't dick. It's the smaller people. You know what I mean? The nurses, the
if we had a whole different thing,
truck drivers that are bringing the food to everybody. That's where you see where your essential need people are. You know what I mean?
We need to go backwards but forwards at the same time. If you imagine back in the day, you had trade more than anything, than money as such.
Barter, yes.
Barter and trade, that kept the whole communities sort of like, everyone had eggs from fucking Daisy over there, and everyone had bread from so and so over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all valued in different ways because of the amount of work that goes in. So, but nowadays, if we went back to that we could
the asylum
have, we've got everything. It's like Mr. Savage said, McDonald's have got burger flippers that are automatic now. Instead of a burger flipper spotty teenager doing it, they've got an automated machine. Everything could be, with our technology nowadays, everything could be, we can go.
But see, that's the only thing with automation is it's taking people's jobs.
But this is why I say, if you wanted to work, it'd be in the leisure industry. Why do we have to work for everything? If we got the technology to do all the stuff, to supply our water, to supply our power, to supply our food, which is obviously the main one, that everyone's got whatever food that they need because it's all automated. So it's taken the worth of high end stuff. It would be a whole mindset for people to take on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, but I want more expensive beef. I want that fatty old Wahoo beef or whatever. I want that better watch instead of a watch that works perfectly fine. And but yeah, everyone, the whole human society, we all want better and more instead of what we
Right.
need.
It's greed. Yeah.
And then to do things that would just be much more healthier, or just we'd be happier. I think everyone who's got money is not particularly happy in certain ways because
Right.
they've got that amount of money. So, if you've never had a lot of money, then you don't really understand it. And you'll see people that are richer sort of like, oh, you're just this, that, and the other. But if you have had a lot of money or have a lot of money, then you know how it's just stresses on a different level because we're still human. So it's still a case of, all right, I ain't got to worry about bills and that, but I've got to worry about this whole other level because I'm in this plateau of people that run on this level.
Baby's in the house. What are you doing, you little shit? He's in the freaking studio. He's probably passing to himself. He's enjoying the nice loop.
Okay. You have to watch what you say on YouTube now because they ban you for 7 days or so. Watch another YouTube that got banned for a couple of days for misinformation. There you go. I can't say that anything I say is misinformation because I don't know what the hell I'm going on about. It's all my my view on things, not necessarily.
Right, it's your opinion. You're not telling
my opinion, and I might be lying my ass off.
Right,
Who knows? I'm a strange guy.
We need better, cleaner food, not genetically modified food growth for profit. But see, that's what I mean. 907's in the house. MLM Warriors in the house. You know what I mean? Like, they have like chicken houses or whatever, blah blah blah, and they're not even real live chicken. We have monster fucking poultry that have beaks and feet and just the meat that they're growing in petri dishes pretty much by the bazillions. And I still don't understand why the fuck our shit has to go to China to be freaking processed. We have enough people here, we could do it, because again, it's cheaper, whatever. But you're letting these people touch our food. And when I say these people, I don't mean like Chinese people, just like, that's not, don't have standards like we do and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'd like to know where my freaking buck comes from.
Well, I mean, back in the day, not so long ago, basically the war years and after the war years, so the 40s, 50s, and even in the 60s and 70s, over here we started producing our own food. You know what I mean? We didn't have flower beds; we had vegetable gardens, and we had vegetable plots, and we had, areas that were set off just for people who didn't have room to go.
Right?
What's it? Allotments, which are another thing, which is a local government sort of, or council owned. So you go to the council and like, I want an allotment. You get put on the list. When someone gives up their allotment, you get a chance to have it, and you can grow all your fruit and veg or whatever on there. And that sort of like died out in the last, I don't know, 20 to 30 years or whatever, because everything becomes so
fast food. We don't want to have to cook it. We don't want to have to prep it. We want it in 5 minutes at the most.
That's it. Well, because you're a bit busy with your life, with working, with kids, with if you didn't have to work, if everyone took their work hours each day and literally put it towards something they wanted to do, which they would do so much better, which would be, it's like, oh, I like making this, or I like going detecting, or, and make money out of it,
Well,
but
that's
it's
like
not.
people.
You
Who
know
the
what I
hell
mean?
eats dinner at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.? Anybody in this stream? Anybody here eat a late supper?
I've been known to cook a stir fry at 2 a.m.
Well, I'm not saying under the influence. When you get the munchies and say, "Hey, let's try some
That's it.
applesauce on
I would
mac and cheese."
generally eat when I'm hungry, or when or I go past hungry and then think I should eat.
Yeah, we need that. We need to go back to how it was back in the day, like in the 60s,
I have got
possibly
Chinese food
70s.
in the fridge from yesterday. We got back from my mum's where we had sort of like New Year's dinner, and then
Who did?
evening time.
Oh, you dick! You had McDonald's.
Brian bought it.
Evening time, got back and it was like, everything would have to be made. We got vegetables and stuff like that. And it's like, can't be asked.
ACMD. Wow, how you doing, Dennis? I was gonna say thanks for joining, but yeah, we definitely need to go back to like how it was.
Oh, I think
This
it would
Cunningham
be
style, you know what I mean? Like you make your dinner, you work your day, you have family time. Usually is at the dinner
this
table.
is the thing about, if these people that live like out in, or go and do sort of like a weekend away, camping or whatever. It's one of those things. I think we all miss it in some ways, that you would you'd spend your entire day doing stuff to be able to live. So you go fishing or whatever, you make a fire and everything. Everything takes time. So you're literally working to live. And I think a lot of people miss that and do that. You see them all on YouTube, and the people that do that and would quite happily live like that.
Or the housewives back in the day, they cooked the breakfast. Or the farmers, they went out and worked for 4 hours.
Or the hunter would go out and hunt. Exactly.
Yeah,
Your day was filled up with doing stuff to live.
Went back to work, came back, and you had your supper. You know what I mean? But
that's it.
And again, I understand that things change. You know what I mean? But
it does. But then in some countries, in some places, it hasn't changed, hasn't it? I mean, where I get my specialist, a couple of people will know this on there. Stu's still on there. I get Mongolian yak wax, which is like a preserver for coins.
Okay.
I've been trying to flog it, 50 quid a pop to Stu for ages, but he don't believe it. You know what I mean? But yeah, places that they live in the mountains and they yak country and stuff like that. They live that life where they're nomadic and they move and stuff like that to take their herds to go. But they have hardly any contact with outside civilization as such, and they do trades because they've, like I say, Mongolian yak wax is going to be the new thing for 2023. It's the
say that 10 times fast. I'm like, number one, when you were talking about yak wax, I'm like, thought we were gonna go in a different direction, but no, we did good. I'm sure it could be used for other things too. Is that like
my mind doesn't work that way. I'm shocked at you. I'm shocked at you. What are you doing?
You guys have bag bomb in the UK?
Who bomb?
Bag bomb. Like your bag bomb, like lip balm.
All right. Yeah.
We have that. It's in a green and gold tin, and it's for it's for your cow and or sheep udders, so they don't crack when you milk them and stuff. So actually, we use it in America for like chapped hands and feet.
We have like chapsticks and stuff where, like, you know what I mean, stop your lips getting chapped. And there was one, I think, fisherman used, which used to be really good. So if you got salty lips, it used to cure that, I think.
Right, you're in the freaking weather, the wind, the cold, the freaking sun, salt. Yeah. What did he say? Our stores are empty because we can't get any produce in because all the bad weather. No milk, eggs, vegetables. Last I knew, wow, Thomas, that sucks.
Bad.
Oh my God, I wish we could put a care package together for you guys. And I mean, it would be like, it would have to be all cans. You know what I mean? Like, because coming from us or powdered, it would fucking go bad before it got to you guys. What? No.
I'm just reading the comments and laughing. Savage, shush. Mama thinks I use the yak wax for my Brazilian.
Well, that's what I'm like.
To be fair, there's going to be all versions of Mongolian yak produce coming out through my
Cynthia
channel.
swearing, Jen. Oh my goodness. Thanks for stopping in. And
Cynthia, my sweary babe. I love
babe, did
Cynthia's
I hand you my mug?
sweariness.
I wasn't giving it to you to wash. I thought I asked if you could make. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, no, because I said McDonald's. You threw me off that you had McDonald's. I use udder cream during nursing for their nursing. Okay, yeah, that's pretty much the same thing for your teeth. Nursing delivery system. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen Roseanne. She does like rubbing it on her lips.
But yeah, bag bomb. But it was it's not clear like Vaseline. Well, even Vaseline's got a slight tint.
Yakety-yak.
It's kind of like almost like a brownish ointment because of the other stuff that's added to it.
Right.
It's kind of like a weak tea color. You know what I mean?
The chapsticks over it usually are like see-through sort of. I don't know, just see-through.
See, I like bliss sticks better than chapstick.
They do
I
like
don't
cherry,
the wax
cherry
feel on
ones
my
and
lips.
stuff like that. I'm just trying to remember if they're red. I don't think they are because they don't. They want blokes to use it as well.
Well,
And
what's
if
the
you're
other stuff?
washing on a bit of red chapstick,
Carmax comes in a little teeny weeny jar
well,
with a cover.
I found a little tin when I was out with Roseanne on her bloody permission. In the middle of a field, one of my last hours, it was like, oh, this is big, this is round, this is going to be good. And it was a tin of Vaseline lip balm, which, and that's one that people use on their lips. And it's like, how did I find that in the middle of a field? I looked down, she was in front of me digging, and I'm like, do I even like just get rid of, don't even say anything. It's like, someone planted this here. What's going on?
Translucent. That's it.
Translucent. Yeah, so big words for savage.
Oh my God.
It's such a good name that you've changed to. Was it because of me? Because I think I used to call him Blueface Savage all the time. And Tezza did as well. I can't remember who might have come out with it first, but I definitely called him a savage first because he's Scottish and all Scottish are savages. So, can't.
Nightmares in the house. Thanks for joining us this morning. Happy New Year. I think I see Sprout's eyeballs. Yeah. Well, he's not bitching yet, but he's definitely awake.
I'm gonna go and make a drinky because I haven't got someone else here to make me a drink. She's let me down.
I usually don't either. That's why I'm always running away for a few minutes. But you go do what you gotta do. And thank you so much for coming up here and chewing the fat.
And a pleasure. And just wanted to wish you have a brilliant 2023.
Yes, you too.
It's going to be a good one. I've been told it's going to be a good one.
Oh, wrong way. There we go.
Right. I will catch you in the chat. I will be watching still and
alrighty.
Doing stuff in there. Right.
Thanks so much.
Care. Love you.
Love you too. Mwah. Poopy poop poops. All right, I get to just run over to the swing and Brewers prospect. I almost said Proctor.
I'll bring them over.
I was gonna say never mind. Proctologist. No. The only nuggets he wants to find are gold. Just playing with you, Bubba. Uncle Jeff Fuzz in the house. How's it going? We were just talking about bunch of different things. Actually, I can't even put my finger on it. The last thing we were talking about was teeth balm, lip balm.
Good morning. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! We did a magic trick. Milo just showed up too. That's too funny. Too funny. Always welcome on my stream, Rob. Anytime. Always a good time. Say good morning, Cynthia. Good morning. Blow kisses. Booty, 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 boop. No. Hi, Auntie Brenda. Hi, Uncle Thomas. And Uncle Guido's. If he's still here. Oh, look. Hi, Uncle Jeff. Okay, he's gonna hate me. Yeah. Say hi, everybody. I just waked up from my little nappy poo. Little fishy kisses. Bless you. God bless you. Hi. What you doing? Hi. Did you have a good sleep? Yeah. What you looking at? You went to sleep. Grampy was leaving. You woke up. Grampy was back. What's up, my? Excuse me. Hold on, poopy boop boop. Sorry. Kid always pulls my freaking shirt down. Oh, like this. Yum, 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 yum. You want to hold it? Come here. Chicken wing. Chicken wing, chicken wings. Which one are you going to hold it with? The left or the right? Right now, it doesn't matter. He goes from side to side. He really is, Cynthia. Of course, I'm biased because he's mine. Yeah. But he really is the cutest thing. And he is such a good boy for the most part. Of course, he's going to make me look like a liar. Oh, no. Oh, no. Want this? Boo, 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 boo. Okay, Mimi gonna eat your face. He knows that sound. It's so funny. Usually he like crinkles his face. Gets ready for Mimi to eat his face. He's looking at the he's watching food videos. So he's looking above the laptop at the TV. Yum, 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 yums. That's so good. It's so good. Yeah. We get a long time for that anyways. I think it all starts in you guys get Head Start wherever you are. Head Start. It's kind of like preschool. Head Start in New Hampshire is like when kids are like 4. When they're 4 years old. When they're 4 years old, they go to Head Start. And then when they're 5 years old, they go to kindergarten. 4 years old, they go to Head Start for 4 hours. Kindergarten, they go to Head Start. Kindergarten, they go at 5 years old for 2.5 hours. But I'm trying to think, kindergarten all day now. Kindergarten might be all day thing now. Can do that around. back to work. Well, thank you for stopping by and clicking that like. Appreciate it. My youngest grand is 5. I miss having a baby. Oh, shabba, shaboo. Shabba-da-bee-da-boo. But when they're this age, you can talk shit and it doesn't mean anything, and they'll be like, "You're so cool." And then when they get to be 5, they look at you like, "That's not how it is, ma'am." Because they, little brainiacs, and they think they know everything. Little do they know. Where do you think you learned this crap from? Hello, you making my temperature go up. Booty doo 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 doo, scooby dooby 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 doos. You want your book? Oh, sorry, Ma, I didn't mean to elbow you. Want your book? Ooh, what's that? You have to hold it so I don't smash you in the face with it. Oh, here it is. There's the corner. Yeah, this one's an easy peasy. Can go anywhere we are in his swing, in his little bouncy chair. And then we got Mama's awesome book out back for tummy times. Tummy time and just hanging out. You want to check out some cool pages to touch because they're all about good touching. You went to Head Start, but now they have preschool. Yep. I myself did not have Head Start or preschool. I went straight to first grade and apparently struggled from what my mother said because she, as the teacher, gave me back. Which I feel strongly that if somebody is going to be kept back, the youngest grade is the best grade to do it at because obviously as you get older, not just that, when you start out in kindergarten, 10 to 1, you're going to have 1 to 2 people in that class that's going to be with you in every grade that you progress in. You know what I mean? So if you're kept back, all your peeps that you were with for your first and second grade get to go to third, second and third, and you're still back with Mrs. Stimson. But it didn't matter to me because I had my good friend Rainey. We both stayed back in first grade. And let me just say that that's the only grade I ever stayed back in. I graduated high school. I didn't go to college until I was 40, and I went to like a community college that I decided to go to for massage therapy because I just felt that everybody in the world has their own stresses that they carry around every day, and it would be great to be the one that can help relieve those stresses. Yeah. So I went to school for 2 years and I passed the course. Never went for the state certification. So spent about $12,000 for nothing. Thank you so much for coming, Stu. Enjoy your dinner and the rest of your day following. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Your mom qualified for food stamps. Title 19. I don't know what is Title 19 like a Section 8? That would be housing. There was public housing from the state where we lived in a project, which is actually like an old army barracks that was redone for poverty homes. Apartments. They were like townhouses though, because I had upstairs, downstairs, 2 bedrooms up, living room and kitchen down. And then they have the Section 8, which is apartments in the city that are privately owned, and the landlords agree to the state program that pays, I think, 80% or 90% of the landlord's asking rent. And the what?
They overcharge you 800% for rent, so they never lose them.
Yeah, they definitely overcharge in the rent, but they'll always get it. You know what I mean? And then the people that are on Section 8, they only pay like 20% of that the cost, like $200 a month or whatever. Title 19. Oh, medical care. There you go. See, when I was on it, when my kids were little, it was called ADFC, I think it was. It was Aid to Dependent Family of Children. And then they also had the WIC program, which is Women, Infant, and Children. And the WIC program is totally separate, but that's so that you can get baby formula and milk and cheese and cereal and fruits and vegetables apparently now, which is why I signed Little Sprout up for Medicaid. Hey, poop, because WIC told me, number one, if we were to apply for WIC under what we make as an income, it would be no good. But we were told to just open the case for him, one person, him. But you can't open a freaking case under a 4-month-old, you know what I mean? So we finally got all that taken care of and yada, yada, yada. And I'm waiting to hear or to get a card anyways. Because as soon as I get a card saying that he is on Medicaid, then I can sign him up for WIC. Because right now, he's going through like, I want to say 2 cans of two like Kool-Aid canisters of formula a week. They're $18.99 a canister. And sometimes they don't have his, so I have to get like the next one or whatever. And one of them is like $19.99 instead of $18.99, which is, what's a freaking dollar? ADC. I started school. There was no kindergarten and just straight to first grade. Yeah, me too, Cynthia. I'm pretty sure anyways. Yeah, because I got like a monthly benefit twice. Would be like whatever you get a month, it's cut in half. You get that twice. Plus the food stamps was for 3 people. But then if you got child support, which I never did, but God forbid, say I got it once out of 4 months, then they'll cut your food stamps because you did get that one installment. So they'll cut your freaking food stamps on the next month when you know 10 to 1 you ain't going to get that child support. Carson Prospecting's in the house. Happy New Year. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Ooh, I almost spilled the coffee. We got a bunch of bar fam peeps here today. I love it. Cool people. If you guys don't, well, I guess most of the people in my stream please don't puke on my couch. Get down if you're going to puke. That's what the hardwood floor or laminate in our case is all about. Most of the people in my stream are familiar with the bar fam people, but for those of you who might not be, you definitely want to check out Brewers Prospecting, JP Lawns and More, Carson's Prospecting, Guido's. He was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Can Do Veteran is another one you want to check out. Mrs. Can Do comes in from time to time. You want to check them. Like I said, awesome people. Awesome community. Thomas, sorry, didn't mean to skip you, Thomas 907. Also, the Asylum with Mark Miller. I don't know if he's still here or not. Another one that you can find there at JP Lawns Bar. My dad was ordered to pay $70 a month for the 2 of us. He paid the first month because it was included in the court fees. Never paid a dime after that. My children's father only paid $50 for my 2. $50 a month, and he hardly ever did it. And like I said, on the times that he did do it, my food stamps got taken. But then you learn to just, do shit under the table or whatever to get by. What they don't know won't hurt them, you know. They like to try to keep you under their thumb too, and you can't do this, that, the other thing. So. But I just noticed that we are looking at 1 hour and 54 minutes. And if you guys don't mind, I don't think I'm going to do a 3-hour stream today. Only because, oh, look at Brewers. There's the man right there. He's dropping everybody's links. Thanks so much, Jeffafa, for doing that. Like I said, awesome group of people. You couldn't ask for. These guys are freaking like, they look like Vikings and shit like that. They're humongous peeps. But their hearts are just as big. Let me tell you, these people feel from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet and then embedded into the bedrock. It just keeps going.
Smiley. What are you doing?
Hi.
Smiley.
What are you doing?
What are you doing over there?
He's talking to somebody. You want to turn around and say something to everybody? So we're going to say bye-bye. We're going to say bye-bye soon. Yeah, look who's there. Hi, baby. No? Oh, no. All right, go see Grampy.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Grandpa.
All right.
Keep doing those things. I'm not going to have to worry about having any bingo wings. Hi. What you doing? Hi, Poo-Poo. Hi, Poo-Poo. Look at Mayo. I want everybody to see your cute little smile. And, of course, it's not on him. Where's your smile? A booty, 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 boo. Hoop. I can't eat you. Oh, no. When you made you. Oh, whoa there. What are you doing? Hi, boo-boo. My. Please don't jump on the baby. No. A boogie. Hi. Now that's about all the smile you guys are going to get this time anyway. Sorry about that. Yeah. Whew. It's a warm one. Whew. Definitely. And I haven't even touched my new hot coffee because, you know, I would be like this color. Oh no, that's orange. It looked red. Why did it look orange? It's definitely red. That's weird. It's not even zigzags.
Not even.
It's red. It's not orange. Park Rat Pat's channel. Ooh, how'd that go? I heard that you were out scoping some property for him, Jeffafa.
I think it was you.
What?
Pretty sure you said Jeff was going to see it.
Oh, okay, we're not sure. Honey said he thought that's what he heard. Friday night, date night at our house. Saturday night, prior commitment. That's why I don't make it. Saturday night at the bar. Yeah, and Freedom Friday is Can Do Veteran. Sorry, I'm like beep beep beep. And me too. I haven't been able to make as many being Sprouts Mem, but I'm coming back. I made it to a couple New Year's Eve to be able to say Happy New Year to all the different peoples in those chats. Huh.
Yeah.
Sprout got to say hi on his very first New Year's Eve party after he woke up and had a bubba. Hey. Oh, yeah, you face. Yeah. Hey, yubs. Yes. Huh? That means I'm going to eat his face. Good boy. All right, we're looking at 1:59 and 10 seconds. I know, I just can't stop. I don't want to say sucking his face, but kissing him. Yubbies. But I also want him to know that he's loved and cherished, and it's the most important thing. Yes, you're the most important thing. Yes, we know that, huh? Yes. So with that, oh my God. Wait, no drama. No drama.
Drama at the door.
Boof. Boof, boof, boof. Beep, 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 beep. Brum, 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 brum. Hold on to it. Suck that sucker. It's the only time I'm ever going to say that to you while you're got a pacifier. All right, guys. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday following the big New Year's Day. Most of you guys have it off like my hubby, and if not, probably playing hooky. So we're going to let you go so that you can enjoy the rest of your day off. And we will all catch you later. Pretty sure Brewers is on tonight. It was that 8:30? Yes, 8:30 Brewers prospecting. Hopefully. Excuse me. Hopefully this one is sleeping so that I can make an appearance. I am so glad to see you in the stream this morning, Cynthia, and I hope all is well with you and yours. And I hope to see you back. You guys have a great day and an even better year, but we'll all be together anyway, so we'll know what's happening in each other's lives. But you take care and be well. If you're traveling, safe travels. If you're at home,
Yes.
great naps. We'll catch you all later. Love you so much. Pumpkins. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Hold on, June. I'm coming. Love you all. Peace.